The Uvalde School District suspended its police chief as the investigation unfolds into the response to last month's mass shooting. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. The superintendent said the suspension was because of a lack of clarity about the botched police response to the active shooter on campus. Chief Arredondo has been under scrutiny ever since Texas DPS said the response failed under his direction. Arredondo didn't even have his police radio and has told reporters he did not believe he was the on-scene commander once large agencies arrived on scene. During the school board meeting this week, parents and loved ones of victims called for his removal.
Meanwhile, a Texas Senate committee hearing continued today with a focus on mental health access plus firearm safety and accessibility. Fox 4's Blake Hansen has more from today's testimony. Blake.
Yeah, after yesterday's hearing was dominated by news about what went wrong in response to the shooting, there was a lot of focus today about possible legislative solutions. It is still, though, unclear which direction that will go. The Uvalde Schools police chief is, at least for the moment, off the job. Superintendent Hal Harrell says he had planned to wait until the investigation was done before making decisions, but, quote, because of the lack of clarity that remains and the unknown timing of when I will receive the results of the investigations, I have made the decision to place Chief Arredondo on administrative leave effective on this date. The decision comes a day after the Texas Department of Public Safety Director Steve McCraw called the response to the shooting at Robb Elementary an abject failure, telling a Senate committee formed in the wake of the shooting, responding officers could have taken the gunman down in 3 minutes instead of more than an hour. Meanwhile, the latter part of testimony before the Senate Committee to Protect All Texans Wednesday tackled a divisive topic in this Republican-led state, guns.
Solutions that only address mental illness and school security are not adequate alone.
Even some who came to speak about mental health cautioned against focusing too much on mental illness when discussing mass shootings.
I would echo many of the comments that have been made by mental health experts today, including it's important not to stigmatize mental health. Mental illness is not a panacea to addressing these mass shootings. It is part of the conversation.
Gun safety advocates recommended ideas like background checks for private sales, red flag laws, and raising the age limit for semi-automatic weapons to 21. The Uvalde shooter legally bought rifles days after his 18th birthday. A Republican pushed back in questioning a representative from a nonprofit formed in the wake of Sandy Hook.
So if his mother purchased the guns in this situation, how could the age limit proposal made any difference in Sandy Hook?
Well, I would suppose that if there was an age limit proposal in place at that time, that his mother perhaps would not have been purchasing firearms for a child who was under that age limit.
Mental health officials testified about the need to improve services, a need that may be more complicated than just throwing money at it.
We do not have enough child and adolescent psychiatrists in the state of Texas.
Doctors with the Texas Child Mental Health Care Consortium warned the need across the board is dire. The local mental health authority in Uvalde, for example, is 50% staffed.
You can give us a lot of money to expand these programs, but if we can't hire the people, the counselors, the medical social workers, the other individuals to run those programs, to prevent those consults, then we're not going to be able to use the dollars and provide the services that you expect for us.
The Texas House Democratic Caucus will hold a news conference tomorrow. They plan to discuss the legislative solutions that they would like to see the state take up.